What's going on YouTube? 223 Bucky here, back today with another video. In today's video, I wanted for a long time to do a video on this particular gun because I want a lot of people out there to understand that it's budget guns out there that works just like if you were getting a Glock 19, because a lot of people kind of put like a tank on low end guns, or like, my lighting is kind of off. They put like a lot of tanking on budget guns that is out there, and like people think, okay, if I buy a gun for $250, that gun is gonna jam on me. That gun is gonna it's not gonna be reliable. That gun is not gonna let me put 500 to 1,000 rounds through it, and all of those are lies. And I had to figure that out on my own because I went through the same process. Like I told you guys, my first gun was a Taurus G2C, and it's a lot of people that put a bad rep on a Taurus because it's one of the low budget guns you could buy. It's around the Taurus G2C is around like 150, 160, and people put a bad rep on it because it's so cheap. But it's so cheap that, and they got it. It's cheap. It's cheap like you're buying a Toyota or a Hyundai, or like an average car. That's an average car is for an average person to be able to afford to drive. So they made Taurus and guns like Taurus for an average person with its average pay who can afford that gun to buy. But we're not talking about the G2C today. We're actually talking about the big brother of the G2C, and that's the Taurus G3. And like you guys know, all my guns are always clear. Let me take that mag out. You guys can see me through there. My gun is always clear. You can see it's not a round in this at all. So we're gonna just leave the mag out. Okay, so let's talk about the Taurus G3 and why I feel like everyone should buy. Everyone who's just buying a gun should have this gun. My first thing is this gun is only $250 on the market right now. You can find this gun for $250 right now. The trigger pull is excellent. It's not a long trigger pull. It's not a long reset. It resets, and it's a great gun to practice dry fire at home. For first time buyers, first time gun users, this is a great gun to practice at home with. No one's home. It's no live ammo around. You just find a wall and you just put a target, take some target on the wall, and you just just dry fire, and you could just keep pulling this trigger without resetting the without having to reset the slide. You could just keep pulling this trigger with dry fire. And that's one thing I love about this gun. The barrel length is about 4 inches. It's matte black, so it's a matte black finish. I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. It's a matte black finish on this gun. Very, 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 very nice. Yeah, I can see I scratched it up. I go to the gun range with this gun a lot. I use it a lot. I don't have a lot of videos on it because when I go to the gun range, sometimes I don't always record. My wife been telling me I need to start recording every time I go to the gun range, just to, give you guys some content. A very, very nice gun. You got a penny ticket rail under there, so you could put, a flashlight, a laser and a flashlight. To just some accessories you can do with this gun. Another thing I like about this gun, it comes out of the box with a 17 round magazine. Like a 17 round magazine, you can't beat that. So you getting 17 rounds for $250. You getting a great gun with about 1.5 pounds of a trigger. You getting a gun that's with a matte black finish, so the gun actually looks good. It's not one of these big, bulky, ugly guns for $180 or $200. You getting a nice size gun. It's not a full size. I'm gonna say it's a mid size because it's not a compact either. So I'm gonna say it's a mid size pistol. The hand grip, pistol grip. It's very, very, very good. I like how they got these like these rubbery these rubbery things where where your palm of your hand go around. They feel awesome. You see they got their logo right there. They feel awesome when it's in your hand. Like when it's in your hand, like if you have this gun, or if you have a Taurus G2C or Taurus G3 right now and you're watching the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How good it feels in your hand, that you know when you shoot this gun is not gonna slip out of your hand. That this gun is gonna protect you. I done put at least 1,500 rounds through this gun, and this gun haven't jammed on me not one single time. Like I have had not one jam. Like even shooting it, it have not did one of those and jam with the next round coming in or a round can't get out. It has not did that. So this, like I said, this video is for the people like who's looking for a gun, but they don't know what to buy. This gun is a great gun to buy. It's only $250. You have a safety right here. So you know, first time buyers. And speaking on that, I encourage everyone who is just buying a gun. Your first time buyer, you're just getting a gun. You never had a gun in your life. Buy a gun with a safety, right? This gun is on safety now. I can't pull the trigger, can't slide it back. This gun is dead right now. It's dead. It can't do anything. I strongly advise everybody who's just buying a gun to get a gun with safety, just until you get more responsible, more used to guns, and then you can start buying guns without safety. And that's what I did. My first gun was a Taurus G2C, like I said, and it had a safety. And once I got used to my gun being on safety, and I got used to taking it off safety when I'm ready to shoot, when I'm aiming down range, when I got used and comfortable that I'm responsible enough with a gun, that's when I started to venture off into guns without safety. Another thing I wanted to say, a lot of people put bad reps on Taurus because they're low budget. The being able to afford the gun. A lot of people like to go into gun stores and buy a Glock for $600 when they know their rent is due in 2 weeks and their rent is $1,500, and they just spent $600 out of that money because they wanted the Glock so bad when they could have got a Taurus G3 or G2C that could did the same thing as that Glock. And they say, oh, I bought this gun because I don't want my gun to jam. Every gun in this world jams. Every gun in this world jams unless you have a revolver. A revolver has less jam issues, and that's a whole nother story. But every gun in this world jams. Why do they jam? If you don't take care of your gun, if you don't clean your gun, if you don't have maintenance on your gun, if you don't, every time you take this gun to the gun range, you shoot it, put 500 rounds through it, 300 rounds through it, come back home, put it in your drawer, go out with it every day, and something happening and a gun jams on you, it's not the gun, it's you. You didn't oil it, you didn't clean it every time you shot it. You need to, every time I go to the gun range, I come home, I clean my guns, I make sure they get oiled. I live in the state of Florida, so I oil my guns like every other 30 to 40 days because Florida gets very, very hot and it dries out the oil. So the oil dries out on inside the slide and everything. So the gun gets like, it'll jam. If you try to shoot it, it will jam. You try to slide the slide back, it will jam. And that's because it gets so hot in Florida that it dries out the oil. But overall, this gun is like, for me, this gun is a 10. I love it. Same thing with the Taurus G2, the Taurus G2C. I love that gun also. So if I help anybody out today with figuring out what gun they should buy and like figuring out what budget they want to look at, I want you to leave a thumbs up on this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And 2 to 3 Gang, we are out. Peace.